Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Behind the Brand, where we feature the top producers at Illustrated Properties, and of course, they are the top producers in Martin County and then also Palm Beach County. And today we have one of those giant producers. He is our top salesperson in Martin County, Mr. Sewell's Point. He was involved in really the development and the creation of Sewell's Point, there from the beginning. And he's been actually celebrating his 15th year with Illustrated, but he's been in the real estate business a lot longer than that. And we're really glad to have Stephen Dutcher here with us today. Stephen, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. What I did not, I guess we've talked a lot since I've been here and I've gotten to know you, but what I did not realize until recently is that you actually grew up in the real estate business. And your dad, your grandfather, is that right?
Yeah, my father was a realtor who saw an opportunity in Martin County, so he moved from Broward, where he had a company down there called Dutcher, Higginbotham, and Bass. And so then when my father retired in 91, my older brother and I bought the company from the partners in Fort Lauderdale. We already had a steward office.
Yeah.
And then I brought my brother out in 1994.
Uh-huh.
And then I ran the company myself, Dutcher, Higginbotham, and Bass, until 2008 when I sold it to Illustrated Properties.
Wow.
But my father was a realtor in Cleveland before Fort Lauderdale, after World War II.
Yeah.
And he then, his father was a real estate broker in Canada, in Saskatchewan, and I have a picture of him in 1913 in front of Dutcher Real Estate Insurance Company.
Wow.
And an old almanac from Saskatoon where where my father was born.
Well, we say it's a lifestyle, and of course you know that lifestyle very, very well. I mean, that's all you've known.
Mm-hmm.
That's unbelievable. Moving to Martin County. I mean, that was a big move, and Martin County was a very, very quiet place. Probably until recently. Was that a deliberate move to be in that particular area? I mean, did they have the foresight to know exactly what we're seeing up there now?
Yes, my dad saw an opportunity in the 60s, and so he set up trusts of land with lots of investors from Fort Lauderdale. So they bought trusts of land there and eventually started developing them. So he built the first condominium in Martin County on the ocean called Little Ocean Place. And then we moved there in 69 or 70, built the first home on Island Road in High Point in Sewell's Point, a subdivision. Wow. So we were the first home on that little street. So it was quite a fun experience at 8 when we moved there. And so my dad developed Little Ocean Place, Little Ocean Club, Anglers Cove, a number of different condominium developments in Hutchinson Island, Joe's Point, Hutchinson House, the largest being Indian River Plantation.
Okay.
But yes, it was a deliberate move because he thought it was a better life for us, and he thought it was a great development opportunity. So then beside Hutchinson Island, he developed in Sewell's Point a subdivision, and then a commercial development in Stewart, the Monterey Triangle for Kiplinger, Washington editors. And so quite a fun experience seeing it grow up, and especially lately.
Yeah. Lately, the last 4 years have just been out of control. Is he still living?
No, it would have been fun for him to see how
he
it's
would
gone
not.
nuts.
He wouldn't recognize it, would he?
And thank God I bought a home 2 doors from where we grew up back in 2018. And thank God I was encouraged to stretch myself and buy it, because today it would be a challenge to buy because the property values have gone up so much. So it's fun to have my 4-year-old child now grow up in a place 2 doors from where I grew up. Obviously quite different, but still beautiful, looking out the inlet and on the water up there, and fun place to grow up. Yeah.
Still a little bit quieter, certainly than more so than Broward County. And,
Absolutely.
And Palm Beach County is getting very busy as well too. But talk about the market up there. I mean, it's this appreciation thing. The prices are they've doubled, I guess, in the last couple of years in the area where you operate. But what are you telling people about what's happening up there? Because it is it's a little foggy right now. There's a lot going on.
Well, what I'm telling people is what the statistics say and what it seems to be going on around the country, and that is there's no indication that our market is declining. At worst, it seems to be stable. Our inventory is down from a year ago, and sales are too. But at the same time, if something's priced well today, it sells within 30 days.
Yeah.
It's better than a normal market. It just doesn't feel that way because a year ago it was nuts, and so today it's better than normal, but it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm telling people as best as I can with our crystal ball that's always a little foggy, but whether from a real estate coaching group who I'm involved with, whether it's from Illustrated Properties, whether it's from reading, it appears that we're in an area that people want to live in. So whether they're coming from South Florida, whether they're coming from New England, the Midwest, now we're getting people from the West Coast that we didn't before. So we're seeing a lot of influx of people moving here, and with interest rates, even though in the scheme of things, in the last 40 years, which is how long I've been in real estate, they're not high comparatively speaking, but when you see them go double in a year, it's a shock. So there's lots of sellers who would like to sell and take advantage of the market, but they either don't want to because they don't now want a mortgage double than what it currently exists for them, or if they want to stay local, it's hard to find something that's affordable to them. So that's been a challenge.
Yeah, I guess we really felt it when they bumped the rates up, or the full impact of the rates, headed our direction, I guess, last summer.
Absolutely, and what I'm hearing from the new home builders from around the country is that we have a housing shortage. So even though there's some concern with the economy, there's concern with the interest rates, there's concern with political and all kinds of other stuff, that because of a housing shortage, nationwide and here as well, and the desirability of the area, people moving to Florida, things seem good.
Well, you kind of alluded to it. I mean, there's news all over the country, and it's hard to it's hard to decipher some of it because you're talking about different locations and different time periods. But I mean, do you think prices? I mean, you have to answer this question 20 times a day. But are prices going to drop?
There's no indication that they're going to drop.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buyers waiting on the sidelines, hoping for the market to drop.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of sellers waiting on the sidelines for interest rates to drop, or for more opportunities for them to buy. So the two of those together, even if we saw, I think the market's strong, and that there's no indication there's going to be a drop.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear that way so far.
Yeah. Well, you had an incredible year last year, and you're steamrolling through this year, and taking advantage of the growth there, and the track record of doing things the right way for a long, long time. This is a top-heavy business. There are people that are successful and people that are not so successful, and very few of them that have been doing this for 30 plus years and done it on this level. What do you think has driven that success over all these years?
Well, I think what's been really helpful to me in the last 15 years since I joined a coaching program is being diligent about prospecting. So what I see from successful people within Illustrated Properties from around the country is that whether it's your sphere of influence, whether it's your database, past customers and clients, that if you provide great service or good service, stay in touch with people you've done business with, and reach out to new people who you haven't reached out to before, whether it's in areas that you currently work or whether it's following up on expired listings or reaching your database, that you'll get continual business if you offer good service and contact people.
Yeah.
If you don't contact people, they forget you're in business. That's no matter how long you've been in business.
Well, I tell this story a lot, and I get it, but it happens once a month. I'll run into somebody and say, "Oh, you're with Illustrated Properties. I worked with somebody, at your company, and I cannot remember their name, but they were with Illustrated." And I said, "Dadgummit, they didn't do a good job of keeping in touch with you."
Sure.
And of course, that's what you are an expert at doing, and have been doing it for a long time.
And the great news is that I have to be teachable because there's so much more to learn. Staying in touch with, I role play scripts with people. I go to meetings with top producers, and always there's so much to learn. It's ever changing. I find that if I ask that one last question, I would assume that people who I do business with or who know me would refer me business, but undoubtedly, when I ask that last question, oh, by the way, do you know of anybody who's been thinking of selling or buying? They will go, oh, yes, by the way, I do know somebody, but they wouldn't have told me that unless I asked them.
Yeah.
So because they're not thinking about me, they're not thinking
Yeah.
about real estate, even though they know I'm a real estate broker, I have to ask them, and then if the opportunity is there, I get it. But I have to ask. So it's always amazing to me.
Yeah, I think that's a reminder for us all, for sure. I think when we first talked, and the first time I ever spoke with you, you were out at a conference out in maybe in Las Vegas. As a matter of fact, you do that Ferry conference every
Right.
year, and a lot of
The Mike
top-
Ferry Conference,
yeah, the Mike Ferry conference, and a lot of the top producers out there, they're not going to, I don't know if they think they know it all, or maybe they're just too busy, but you seem to devote and be deliberate about going out and investing in yourself and in your business and in the prospecting side, so you can continue to add to the pipeline.
Absolutely. It's been very helpful. I go there multiple times a year. This year I'm going to actually Ireland in the end of September with a Thinking Big group out of that group. And so the people, most of them are not from my area. There's no hesitancy for them to share with me how they're providing good service, what they're doing to keep their customers, how they're attracting new people, and how to make it fun.
Yeah.
I can get a grind for a while.
That's right.
So having a dream board of things that I'd like to accomplish for myself and for my family, having a positive attitude.
Yeah, yeah. Do you? What would you tell if you've got a new agent that's just getting in the business, or somebody that is ready to, they've kind of felt like they plateaued out and they're ready to escalate it? What would you tell them?
Get into coaching of some sort, whether it's Mike Ferry or somebody else who you really follow, whether it's Ninja. Hire somebody to keep you on track. It's been extremely helpful to me, and there's so much more improvement I can do. And having that accountability partners, having a coach, having people, share what you want to do with your loved ones, with the people with your manager, have people help you.
Yeah.
Take advantage of all the tools that Illustrated offers. Illustrated offers a ton of opportunity or a ton of information, more of which I need to take advantage of myself. But that would be what I would say. Get a coach and follow their advice.
If you could go back in time and do something different, try this or take this approach, what would it be?
Do a better job of staying in touch with my database.
Yeah.
People I know and people who I've done business with. So that would be the number one. And maybe even before that, having a coach.
Yeah.
Having somebody, I was lucky to have my father as a mentor. I had older brothers who were involved in the business. Luckily, they did commercial, they did income properties, they did grows, ranches, you name it. They did all kinds of different stuff. So immerse yourself in education and finding out what you really enjoy and learn all about it. Kind of got off on a tangent there, but anyway.
It's a tangent type business. There's a you can do anything, but you can't do everything, and you got to kind of pick and choose what you want to pursue and what you want to focus on. And obviously, you've done a tremendous job at that, and we really appreciate your sales, but also appreciate all that you've done for the company and your experience and being able to learn from you for all these years. Excited about what's coming up in the future too.
Well, thank you. I see these young people who are getting into business and in 5 to 10 years doing better than I've ever done in my life, going, wow, because they
have a different price point than you had when you started
or they don't have any of the bad habits that I learned when I was younger, and their coach tells them, do this, this, and this, and they go, oh, okay, just do this, this, and this, and they do this, this, and this, and all of a sudden they're killing it because they treat it like a business and not like a part-time job.
Well, we've got a lot of those people that are with us that are trying to be in your chair one day, and so we hope we can get them there, and we appreciate all you do to help them get there. So,
my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks.
I appreciate all you do for me.
Well, we're here. We're here.
Thanks.
We're hopefully supporting you, and we really love having you. Thanks for doing this today.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity.